Hello and welcome to talk about RoboCup. Hi, Kristin. Hi, Jakob.
Hi.
Hello. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Ladies first.
Well, my name is Kristin Skare, and I'm the international coordinator at Cuban Upper Secondary School in Oslo, Norway.
And I'm Jakob. I teach automation in the same school.
Okay, wonderful. And I'm Katrina from Keuda. Well, we are here to talk about RoboCup, which is a project we are all partners in. Kristin, would you like to share what is RoboCup about?
Well, RoboCup is an Erasmus Plus project with four partner schools from 4 different countries. It's Keuda in Finland, Cuban in Norway, Egibide in Spain, and Roskilde Tekniske Skole in Denmark. And it's a 2-year project where we work with robotics and safety in robotics education. So what we do is that we have students from each partner school participating throughout these 2 years in 4 different micro challenges. And these micro challenges, Jakob will tell you later a little bit about the contents. They are all related to safety in robotics. And we have students from each partner school meeting up for each micro challenge to form transnational teams where they have to solve a certain challenge.
Right. Okay. As mentioned, Jakob, you are one of the teachers who have been developing the contents for these micro challenges. The last time we were in Oslo, so what was the topic in Oslo about?
Oslo, we used what we had learned from Finland and Denmark and put it to use in a more complete robotics cell. Let me share my screen and show a little bit how it looked.
Great.
And here we go. And so here we can actually see the robot picking up pieces with a gripper designed in Finland and using a stacking pattern developed in Denmark. And in Norway, we added the safety barriers. So in the end of this loop, you see one of the students sticking his hand into the light curtain in the back there between the black bars. And that stops or slows down the robot depending on what they programmed it to do. So the task was wiring up these sensors, integrating it with a robot program, and deciding on how it should act when somebody goes in like that. Should it stop? Should it slow down? Should it just avoid that area, etc.?
Okay. I would like to share my screen now to show another picture from Oslo. So we have here another picture of you, Jakob, with some students there. Would you like to share with us what's going on there?
So here we're doing wiring and setup of the task. The cabinets they were using there were empty when they started. So they had to cut the rails, they had to cut the conduits and all the wires, put the ferrules on, do all the connections to make this whole thing work. So there was practical work, cutting steel, drilling holes, tapping them, cutting wires, putting everything together in addition to the programming of the robot.
All right. And as we see, there are students from different countries there cooperating together to solve it. Okay, next time we are going to go to Spain for the last micro challenge. So oh, and before we go to that one, let's have another picture here actually. Kristin, would you like to explain what's going on here? This was taken also in Oslo.
Yes, each micro challenge takes place over a whole week. So the students and teachers from the participating countries will arrive on the Sunday, and then they will live together. And on Monday, they have the challenge presented to them, and they might have teachers might give the students some lectures if needed. And then throughout the next few days, they are then working on solving the problem. And then on Friday, each transnational RoboCup team has to present to a certain audience what kind of solution they come up with and why, and what was the process. And in the audience, we have obviously the teaching team. We have external experts from the relevant industry who are giving feedback. And in some cases, there have also been some audience apart from this. So in this photo, what we can see is one of the transnational teams explaining their solution to the micro challenge that we hosted in Oslo.
Yeah, it's quite impressive on the picture. They are demonstrating like the safety issue that if somebody sticks their hand under the gripper, then it should slow down.
Yes,
so it's quite dramatic.
It's one of the Finnish students, one of the CODA students who are in the photo who's taking turn presenting. But they're all very good. All the students are very good at taking turns to give each other the opportunity to all talk about their solution. So that's great.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Jakob, could you share with us what's going on in our last and final micro challenge coming up?
Yeah, so in Spain, we will integrate the robot with other systems. So there will be PLC programming. It's programmable logic controller. It's typically the brain of industrial systems. So it will start talking to other machines, maybe a human-machine interface, a screen of some kind. So instead of people putting pieces into the robot's work area and removing them when the robot has finished, it will be other machines interacting with the robot cell.
Yeah.
Natural progression.
That will be quite exciting to see, like the final stage of our challenges. Well, now, as I mentioned, it's our fourth and final micro challenge in Spain. Kristin, what are our plans for the future?
Well, we have throughout these 2 years seen that we cooperate really well together, all us 4 partners. So we want this to continue because RoboCup has been a great success with both students and teachers. So since we are all accredited partners within Erasmus+, we can continue this project, but in a different way. So we are working on making this an annual event, and we're seeing which partners can contribute to host and who wants to participate. So we're also seeing at expanding the network. So we have 2 Dutch colleges and also a Swiss colleague who is here in Oslo to see how RoboCup works and who are very interested in participating in some shape, maybe hosting, but at least participating. So that will be very exciting. So hopefully RoboCup will continue in a different shape and will with more participants in years to come.
Mm-hmm. We have like the bright future in front of us.
Very bright robotics future. And of course, we will maybe have to change the challenges. Obviously, you know, as time goes by, we can add on or we can change the challenges. So yeah, that would be great.
The topic of robotics and safety is not going to diminish in importance, I think.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. We do have a video we can share with the audience to have a little idea how the first micro challenge took place in Keoda. But for now, I say thank you, guys. Thanks for this time you took, and see you soon in Spain, actually.
See you in Spain.
See you.
Okay.
Bye.
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 We have done a lot. We have failed and we have succeeded.
Yeah, trial and error.
The teamwork has been great. I believe we all have gotten better at 3D modeling and also the concept of 3D printing and what the limitations are. How we can make a design better by going through different iterations of the design.
Personally, what's been the most fun is to actually see the part in after it's done printing and see how it actually works, and that's pretty fun. All the effort pays off at the end.
Yeah, I think since the beginning they really wanted to do the challenge, so they started really working really hard.
It's a new experience for a lot of them, having prototype already the first day, but then they are going to have a finished product on Friday. So that's a part of the new working method that we introduce here.
We're having a big focus on iterative development.
It's fun to meet new people and new cultures, and yeah, it's a very interesting experience.
Even though it wasn't the point, I learned quite a lot about Finnish and Norwegian culture as well, so that's been quite fun.
The groups, they are consisting of 4 students from 4 different countries speaking different languages. I was very unsure of how it would go, but it has been so well. They come along great and they cooperate and they laugh together and have things to talk about and stuff like that. So it's very good so far. So this time the challenge was to make the gripper and we moved them around with our hands. Next challenge is to program a robotic arm to attach this piece to it and to do specific tasks. That's the challenge that will happen in Roskilde in Denmark. The students, they did a good job this week. They were all working hard for the time period they had here, the short time.
When we go to Norway after Roskilde, it's going to be maybe 1 or 2 grippers left. We'll probably see in Roskilde the actual quality of the build.